Hello everyone, it's Marcia with Buy Sell Plan. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy functional planning content. If you do, please like and subscribe and definitely introduce yourself below. Say hello and let me know what kind of a planner you're in. And then for those returning, welcome back. So this video is all about how I plan my week. I recap the week, my goals, and yeah, my goals basically that I set for myself for the week, and then I set new goals for the next week. So if that is something that sounds interesting to you, please stick around. So we are doing my weekly planning here. This is a planning task card that I have in my shop. If you're interested, you can, there's a link in the description of this video, and you could grab one of these for yourself. If there's things in here that don't suit you in your business, let me know and I'm happy to change it to what suits you. But yeah, so weekly planning. So first up is we are going to recap my task card and my activity numbers. So I'm a real estate agent. So with my business, it's sales activity numbers. So I track and measure those on a regular basis. All right, so here is my planning task card. Nope, this is my planning task. This isn't my task card. So let's see how I did. I've already started to check things off. So on the very front of my weeklies, so each week starts with a new, I call it a dashboard, but it's like my tasks for the week, my top follow-ups that I need to do, work routines, personal routines, other routines, just things that I'm tracking. So when I set my tasks here, a lot of times I will put them in here so that I know how often I'm doing them, because sometimes I'll set a goal to do something 5 times a week or 3 times a week, and then the week goes by and then I can't remember how many times a week I did do a certain task. So this helps me keep track of that. All right, so for my wellness, my goal was to do castor oil 5 times a week. So I have a lot of questions about that. Like, what are you doing with castor oil? So it's a castor oil pack. It's like an organic cotton pad that you put on your waist and tie it around your waist, and you put castor oil on it. So I put it on my right side of my waist, and then I put a hot pad over top of it for about 45 minutes each day, and it just helps to detox the liver. Okay, and then that was recommended to me from my naturopathic doctor. And yeah, so I have done that every single day this week. So I've done my 5 times, and I will be doing it today and tomorrow as well. Okay, and then my goal was to sweat 5 times, and I have not. I did Thursday and today, but I'm not going to get my 5 times in because this week has been really busy. So Monday, a lot of driving, so we had to prep for photos. We had photos at 1 for one of our listings that we put on the market this week. So we always go an hour before the photographer just to make sure everything looks perfect. In case there is anything that we need to do, like extra sweeping or wiping mirrors, removing garbage cans and other things that the seller may have missed. And then, yeah, so that's what we did there. And then we ran some errands. That was basically all we did. And then we ran errands. So we were, the area that we had that listing, we were pretty much there all day. And then we did groceries. Afterwards, I was way too tired at the end of the day to do any type of exercise. Tuesday, again, we had to prep for another listing that we're putting on the market this week. So again, we went an hour early. And then I had a physiotherapy appointment, and then just a lot of errands that we had to do. So no energy that day. And then Wednesday we were at home, which was nice. We had an office day, but I was so exhausted from those 2 days. This was like a recovery day for me. I did really deep stretching that night, you know, because my muscles were really tight from all the sitting from the previous 2 days. Well, and even this day, like I worked for a few hours on all of the administrative things I had to do, and then I crashed. And then I did some really deep stretching that day. And then Thursday, I did do the treadmill and the rowing machine, and I got a really good sweat from there, so that was good. And then yesterday was an office day as well, but I focused more on like social media stuff, so that was good. But yeah, I just was really tired and like sluggish yesterday, so I didn't I didn't sweat that day, but I did today. So I didn't get my 5 times in. And then herbal tea 5 times a week. I have not done that, have I? I've done 3. Oh, okay, I can do 5 times. I will be doing a tea today. It's kind of cool today. It's like 8 degrees Celsius, but it's raining. It said the forecast, it says that it feels like 5 degrees Celsius. So it's kind of cool. And we're gonna head up to our cottage. It's usually mid-April is when we open up the cottage for the season. So we're gonna head up today. So I'm gonna bring a warm tea with me to keep me warm. And yeah, that's what I did with those. And then for my real estate business, to do my March recap meeting, did that. My March market update, did that yesterday. Top follow-up. I just have one more to do. I did this one today, and I have to check in with that buyer. Launched 2 new listings, did that, and then I did my reels and filmed content for those listings. And then for buy sell plan, I have not had a chance to go through this. So my goal here was to go through consulting logistics, because I'm going to be starting my consulting services for planner consultations and business consultations. So I plan on getting to that this weekend, and then checking sizes. We have done that. And then plan promo content. So I want to be more strategic with like the reels and content that I put up on my buy sell plan Instagram, and then here on YouTube, of course. So yeah, so it was pretty good week. Pretty good week. And then as far as my numbers, I didn't do any calls. Like I had a couple days that I followed up with a couple people, but I didn't do any call sessions. I did book an appointment though. When did I book? I booked an appointment. Yes, it was this day. I don't know why that wasn't in there. That was this contact. So yeah, I booked a listing appointment, and that was that. So I did 2 contacts. 0 new leads. And then I did book 1 appointment. I did not go on any appointments, and we did not sell any houses this week. We've got 2 listings on the market right now. It was a busy week. We also had 2 closings. So yeah, we had 3 closings this week, and we put 2 properties on the market. No wonder I'm tired. It was just a lot in 1 week. And then one of the closings that we had, I spent a good part of this day, because it closed this day, a good part of this day back and forth with the buyer's agent. It was our listing with the buyer's agent, back and forth the entire day, and even into this day, even though it closed this day, just with the lawyers. So yeah, between the lawyers and the buyer's agent, it was a lot to make sure that everything closed. And it did. Luckily, everything closed. I can't say without a hitch, because there were some hitches, but we got it done. So that's good. But it was a lot. Okay. That's how I did with my numbers. And then let me take that out again. And then just my goals. So my goals are 140 contacts per month. So if I were to break that down over the month, so it's 35 a week. So the goal was 35. So minus 33, and then no leads, but the goal is 23 in the month. So 23 divided by 4 is 6. So minus 6, and then appointments booked. The goal is 2 for the whole month. So there really is you can't really divide 2 into 4, right? So yeah, that's how I did with those. I don't focus so much on the contacts and the leads, because I have enough leads in my database to do the amount of transactions that I need to do this year to hit my financial goal. I do always focus on trying to get new business, of course, but I have so many. My main focus when I do my calls every day is to service and nurture my database, because I've been at this 9 years now, and I spent the first 2 to 3 years doing, all I did was cold calls and open houses to build my business. And I have so many leads in my database. I have about 700 that I generated all myself. So yeah, so it's just following up with those so that it's not a total waste of my time, you know, from my first few years of hustling. So that's why I don't really focus on those two numbers. The main focus is how many appointments am I booking, how many am I going on, and how many transactions am I doing. All right, and I'm on track with all my goals so far for the year. Okay, let's see here, and then review current month's goals. So let's do that. If you didn't catch my recap for the month of March and the first quarter of the year, I will link that. If you'd like to check that out, I recapped March, I recapped the quarter, and set new goals. So yeah, I'll link that if you'd like to see how I did all of that. Okay, so let's see, my goals, my main goals for April are focusing on my wellness, my real estate business, of course, and buy sell plans. So for wellness, it's focusing on more of like a reset and taking control of my health. My health in the last 1.5 to 2 years due to perimenopause has been a little bit out of my control. So that's been my focus. So detoxing is a huge focus for me. And I'm doing a really good job with that, eating nothing but whole foods, drinking my herbal teas, and doing my liver detox, and doing my nightly stretches to lower cortisol, like before bed, so I can sleep better, all of those things. And then sweating. So I do need to do more of that. So I just got to work that out, like on my busy weeks. And then a problem with that too is, like, let's say I work out in the morning and get my hair like really sweaty, because like I sweat, right? And so like I don't always have time to wash my hair in the morning and blow dry it and make sure that I look presentable for when I go on appointments. So then I'm like, I'll do exercises that doesn't really make me sweat, but I need to sweat to help get rid of like toxins and things like that. So anyways, girl problems. And then operations for my real estate business. So database cleanup. I didn't get to my database at all this week, but just continuing when I am in my database a couple times a week, usually like when I'm not out in the field and busy every day, as I'm doing my follow-up calls, I am cleaning things up and filling in missing fields and things like that. So that's what that means. Market intel, yep, did that. Okay, so with my market intel, I want to make sure that I am not just analyzing my stats, which I do every Monday. I'm analyzing the previous week. And I used to do a market minute every week, and I got away from that. I did one this past week. But this year so far, I just have not done it. And then when I am speaking to my database, educating them on what's happening in the market. And when I'm sending emails out, like verbally, no problem. But if they don't answer the phone and I'm sending an email or a text, like I want to have like a template of, to get a recap of the market that I'm sending them. So I do need to do that. And then stronger pre-qualification. So I did book an appointment this week, and I did a really good qualification to make sure that they 100% are selling. They 100%, like if they're interviewing other agents, I like to know that ahead of time, things like that. So that was good. And then for my buy sell plan, consulting, shop, strategic, promo. So shop, we did. So what we're focusing on right now is all of our inserts. We have an A5 and personal wide. But we want to get everything into half letter and Franklin Covey compact as well. Those ones are a little bit harder to resize. So we did do our KPIs in half letter and added them to the shop last night. Okay, so the KPIs are there if you are interested, if you are in a sales-based job. I made mine specific to real estate, but we made a neutral version if you're not a real estate agent. So those are in the shop. If you would like to, if you're in the half letter size too, it's there. Okay, so that's one down and a few more to go. Bear with us, we will get it done this month. Okay, so those were my goals for this month. So out of all of these, I'm going to write down to make my template. So for next week, I'm going to write down to do my market intel template. Okay. And we're busier. Oh, we actually do have a pretty busy week this week. I was going to say maybe we can, well, we need to carve out some time to focus on the shop. Okay. Let's see. And then my quarterly goals is next. So inserts in all sizes, we are working on that. Consulting services, yes. Promo videos, yes. Manifestation journal. You know what? I didn't do my manifestation journal last week. And it's just a once a week thing where I recap the week, like what I'm grateful for, what I need to let go of, based on how the week went, and manifesting and journaling as if it's already happened. So that's something that I want to be consistent with this year. So it's just a once a week thing, and I just didn't get to it. So let me write that down. Okay. Content calendar as well. Eesh. I'm thinking of setting that up either in another personal wide binder or my A5, my Filofax. I just love my Filofax binder so much, and I have not set it up yet. And it's sitting on my shelf looking so pretty. And I'm getting the urge, like I'm getting the itch to set it up. So I'm thinking I might do it in my A5. Database organization, yes. HDX 2 times a month. So that's my human design. I'm studying human design for my own human design, but also to understand all the different energy types. So, will I have time this week? You know what? I'm going to write this down for tomorrow because, yeah. Routines. I got to set up my habit trackers. I'll do that with you today. Read 3 books. I haven't read it all this month. I need to do a habit tracker for that. Monthly budget meeting, monthly market update, set up A5. Oh, there you go, set up A5. And that is something I definitely want to do. But I think that's gonna, let's see if I have it on my master task list. Yes, I do. Okay. It's not a day or time specific task. So, but I do have it in here. So when I'm looking at this, it's my reminder that that's something that I want to do this month. Okay. Let's see, quarterly goals, set next week's goals. So let's do that. I only have 2 left, so I'm gonna have to print more of these out. These are also in my shop if you are interested. I love these. They are a game changer for me. So how have you guys been? How was your week? How was your week? Did you reach your goals? Were you able to tackle your task list? Let me know. All right, I'm going to speed this part up. I'm going to do my task card for the week. And I'm going to keep my goals open so that I'm setting them based on this. All right, so for wellness, a few of them are still the same. So sweat 5 times, castor oil five times, fruit no more than 2 times a day for keeping basically like eating a low sugar diet, which is part of my detox as well. And then herbal tea 5 times, and then stretching before bed and reading 3 to 5 times. I want to get back into reading. And then for real estate, showing feedback. So we have 2 listings on the go right now. So making sure I'm following up with all of the agents to get feedback. And then we have a closing on Tuesday. And then we have a new tenant in a property we were helping our landlord client with. So they moved in last week. So I'm just going to check in, see how that's going. And then buy sell plan, start planning my A5 binder or personal wide binder. I haven't 100% decided just because cottage season is coming. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth. And so I have to think about what I'm carrying back and forth. Obviously, this goes with me everywhere. My ride or die, my everyday carry goes with me everywhere. But if I have another binder that I'm using for not just for content planning, like there's other things that I won't have in here, like home management, and that will have a lot of personal information in it that I won't be, you know, sharing on social media and things like that. So it needs to be portable. And then consulting logistics, and then strategic promo videos and content. And then I have some private videos that I need to edit. Okay, so next up is checking my master task list. Let's see if there's anything in here that I can add. I don't think so. Although that was done. You know what? I have Q1 CMA follow up. So following up with anyone that I did a CMA for. Check in, see if they have any questions. And then making my desk more functional. Like I did that, but I'm still not 100%. So I'm going to leave that unchecked because I still want to tweak things. Open Cottage, we'll be doing that next week or mid-month. And I really want to just need to carve out some time to do my Nova Scotia memory journaling. I have a lot of bags and purses. So I want to, some of them are really old. So I want to look up like the serial number and find out what the bag is called. And then I want to make an insert tracking that. So I can put like a little picture of the bag and then the details of it, like the year it's from, you know, what the bag's called, things like that. And then I'm thinking of doing a video here for YouTube, sharing with you my collection. If you guys are interested, let me know. But yeah, okay, so that's it for this week. I think this is a lot, so I'm not going to add any more. So that will go in here. Okay, and then transfer tasks and schedule my week. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, I'm done. Got all my tasks in here. Only one, I don't really have any top follow-ups, but yeah, I want to do my Q1 CMAs, so that's all that's there. Work routines, personal routines, and other routines. I'm all set to go. All of my appointments are written in. We have closing on Tuesday, so we have the final walkthrough with our clients on this day. I need to do showing feedback because we have offers this day for one of our listings, so making sure that I'm doing that. Starting my day with a broker meeting, physio, and then offers. and then showing feedback for another listing because we have offers this day for that listing. So deposit will be due for this one, providing that it does sell, and then deposit is due for this one, providing it does sell on offer day. Fingers crossed. And yeah, prepping for CMAs because I have a listing appointment here and a listing appointment on Friday. So it's gonna be busy. We have something scheduled every single day. So it requires driving every single day. So this one actually, I think we'll be doing this one either over the phone or through Zoom because these sellers are out of town. We're selling one of their investment properties, so they don't live in the same city. So we'll probably be doing that one over the phone. So that's good. So I'll be able to get lots of admin stuff done that day. And fit everything else in that I'm hoping to as far as my personal goals as well and buy sell plan. And then I added in here, so I have open house today and tomorrow for our listings. So we have 2 open houses today, 2 open houses tomorrow. So I need to follow up with those agents and get all the feedback so I can pass that on to the sellers. And that's my plan with me. I hope you enjoyed that. That is how I recap my week and set my goals and tasks for the next week. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. Leave them in the comments. You message me on Instagram. Either way works. But yeah, it's helpful if it's here because then it's in the comment section of the actual video. So then I don't have to figure out what people are referring to. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good week ahead and that this video has helped you kind of streamline your goals and tasks into manageable steps. And let me know how things go with your goals for the week. All right, so thanks again for watching and don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.